Hey guys, it's Linda Parker here, live with Monday Motivation. I believe it's going live. Okay, there goes my. Okay, how is everybody doing on this Monday, February 25th? Holy cow, can you guys believe it's February 25th? I know. So, 2 months, 2019, gone. Which brings me to today's subject for your Motivation Monday. I want to know if you guys would be interested in learning 5 steps for you to create a breakthrough year in 2019. I'm going to share with you what those steps are, and hopefully we can get some feedback. If you guys jump on live, let me know if you're on replay or live, and we'll talk about this subject. But, time is going by so fast. And, I had said this back, I think in like November. Yeah, it's going to be December before you know it's going to be March, and like March is next week. So, or actually, it's this weekend. So, where are you guys at with 2019? Don't beat yourself up if you've already fallen off, or if you're doing good. Let me know how you're doing, and we'll work from there and things like that. But I just wanted to first go back and talk about me apologizing for missing last week's Monday Motivation because I was in Florida. As a lot of you guys know, my dad's been sick and in the hospital. So I had just gotten back from like an amazing weekend in Los Angeles, being interviewed by Carrie Murphy and Inspired Living TV. And I was home for like not even 48 hours, like 18 hours. And I had to turn around and hop on a plane to Florida to be there for my parents and help my mom with things and take care of my dad. And I ended up being there for an entire week, which wasn't planned on the books, but it was great that I was able to do that. And my dad's home and he's doing well and things are back to normal. So that's all good. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you before we get into the 5 steps to creating a breakthrough year is that sometimes we get so thrown out of our element and we forget the things that we should really be doing that we do on a regular basis. And what do I mean by that? I mean, so for me, I have a morning routine and a nighttime routine. I'm very diligent on my morning routine, my nighttime routine. Sometimes it's good, it's bad, doesn't always work out, but I always do my morning routine. But when when everything happened, and then you're like, you're worried and you're stressed and you're trying to be there for other people, you throw out the thing that you need to be doing to be healthy and strong and stay where you need to be for the other people. And I mean, I didn't even realize it till probably 4 days into my trip that I hadn't done any meditation. I hadn't done any journaling. I wasn't, I was praying and being grateful that my dad was making it through each step that we were going through. And I was having, good conversations with my mother. But as far as me taking care of myself, I wasn't doing my regular routine when I should have been doing it even more. So I just, want to put that out there because I know this happens to the best of us. And hopefully you guys can remember, if you have accountability, if you have somebody around you in your community that can support you and remind you, hey, are you doing this? Because that's what happened to me. I actually talked to my coach, and I wish I would have talked to her earlier in the week. And she said to me, are you doing your regular daily routine that keeps you in check? And I was like, no, I wasn't, and then right after we hung up, I got into some quiet space and I cleared my mind and I did some praying and things like that from a different space. And, things ended up being good. And it was funny because I ended up missing my flight twice because of one was for weather and one was mechanical, but it ended up giving me the opportunity to be there when my dad was released from the hospital and get to go home. And so, I know that God had that plan for me and stuff like that. So it was fun, interesting, and eye-opening, how we need to really take care of ourselves. So I was just going to share that quickly. So now let's get into Monday's motivation. Okay, so what are you guys doing and where are you at right now in regards to what you want 2019 to look like for you? Because if you really you're with me, you're following me, and you want to have a breakthrough year, hopefully you've come to some of my free webinars, workshops, and things like that, and you've got your goals set, you have your vision board, you have a theme for the year. If you don't have these things going on, don't worry about it. Reach out to me, I'll help you. I am going to be doing another free workshop sometime within the next week and a half. It's just going to be an hour, so it's going to be condensed, but I'm going to give you the best of the value that I give to my clients in regards to creating a vision, connecting with your core values, creating your vision, setting your goals, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be condensed, but we're going to be doing that, and it's going to be a free workshop, so you'll get that information soon. Anyway, but that brings me to the 5 things I'm going to share with you today is if you want to have a breakthrough year in 2019 and you're not sure where to start, in my opinion, my experience, and what I teach my clients is you need to start from within. And that is starting from determining what your core values are. What is it that you want and why do you want it? Not everybody else, not what's expected from you or your conditioning or just, what you think you're supposed to be doing. What you need to do is get into a space and say, okay, what's true for me? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to show up in the world? What do I want to teach my children? How do I want to present myself in my job, in my business, whatever it might be? And who cares what other people think? You have to own your voice and step into your true passion, power by connecting with who you are on a core level. So that's the first thing you need to do to have a breakthrough year is what are your core values? Then from there, once you look at what it is you truly want or how you want to be, how you want to show up, then from there you can actually start creating goals and a why for this year, for 2019, so that you can have the emotional connection. Because I believe, and I know and I see it all the time, that you will have much more success in reaching your goals if you actually have an emotional connection to the why, to the outcome, to the end result, to your goal. That's what's going to keep you going. So you need to make sure, like I talk all the time, your why should make you cry. You know what I mean? Like whatever it is that the reason that you're doing what you're doing, if you have an emotional connection to it, you are 99% more likely to reach it than if you're just, throwing spaghetti to the wall. You've got to create the connection to set the goal. And then once you do that, then you create the action plan, 30, 60, 90-day plans, and then chunk it down even smaller to, monthly, then weekly. I was just doing a workshop Friday night, which I love. It was a vision board workshop, and it was condensed too. So we didn't do like all the things that I like to do with people, but we did talk about goal setting and creating a theme for yourself. And it's so funny because people, like one lady had a goal of being balanced, but when we actually peeled the layers and got into a little bit further, actually having a balanced life was her theme for 2019. Then from there, we actually broke down what it would mean for her, emotionally, to be balanced the way she wants to. Everybody's definition of balance is different. And sometimes balance isn't like the right word. It's just alignment, because we're always going to have something going on. So sometimes balance to me is not the best word. But anyway, and then from there, it was so eye-opening for her to realize that she thought, and she's had this before, where her goal was to be balanced. Well, that's not really a goal. You got to break it down. So anyway, so determine your core values, set goals that are connected emotionally to your why. Then you create an action plan, and then you're going to need to be held accountable. You need to own it. You need to tell people what you're doing. Get out there, spread the word, say, this is what I'm doing. Tell your family, write it on I put these up, like the one in my office, because I'm in the dining room, says what my goals are for this month, what I'm doing in February. Then I'll put what I'm doing in March and things like that. Plus I have a big one, which is an ascension plan for the entire year. So those kinds of things. Oh, Hey, hi Joanna, how are you? Let me just say wave. Hey. So you're going to want to do that. And you can, if you're in this group, if you're in my It Starts From Within Facebook group, you can have accountability here. So if you start sharing here, this is a safe space, share what you have going on, and I will help you be accountable for the goals and the visions and the things that you're setting for yourself. And then this kind of goes, so number 5 then is surround yourself with the right people, the community. You know, who are you with? And it's so funny. Today I was at International Women's Day conference in downtown Chicago at Guaranteed Rate Field. It's the Sox Park. And there was like 120 women there, from all over the Chicagoland area. It was totally amazing. It was great. And listening to everybody's story and the different things that different entrepreneurs are doing and how they're making a difference. And one of the main themes of the conversation was community, was who are you with? Who do you surround yourself with? Because sometimes the people closest to us aren't going to be the ones that are going to support what we want initially. They usually jump on the bandwagon once you're going and you're in momentum and things are happening for you, then they're going to be on board. And that's no reason. It's just fear. It's just fear for them for whatever reason, but it's not a bad thing. Don't disown anybody, but make sure that you have yourself surrounded by people who are going to support you. And you could do that here in this community, It Starts From Within community. And some of my other closed groups, if you guys are in there, you can come over here and things like that. And then, like I said, I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be doing another free workshop. It's called the Blueprint for 2019, where I'm actually going to give you like an action plan for you to get through some limiting beliefs and get your core values, create your goals, and then set a plan for the next 10 months, because 2 months are down. Oh my gosh, could you believe that? It's crazy. Day 4, feeling joy, peace, and calm. Oh, I'm so happy. That is so good. Joanne, she's great. She's got her vision board done, and she's doing her daily routine, and she's got her goals. So that's amazing. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit too is, I know, like, depends on where you are in your life. Like, I know that a lot of the people that are following me are actually in corporate, or they're in their job and they're trying to figure out what it is that they truly want to do. And maybe they're going to be moving into entrepreneurship. But I also have people in my community that are entrepreneurs, but they're stuck. They're not really sure what they're doing. And not that they're stuck and they don't know why. And a lot of times it's because you're not organized, or you're not clear. You're not clear on what it is, what's your business, why you want it, and what's going to keep you motivated. So clarity is key for things too. But the other thing that I want to share with you is that there are 168 hours in 1 week, okay? And 35 of those hours are spent usually taking care of your family, doing laundry, eating, whatever it might be. Then if you have a job or a business, whatever it might be, you have 40 hours or so where you're spent, in the business employment space of working, where you're trying to do revenue or something like that. Then you spend 56 hours or so, sleeping. And then after that, so after all of that, you have 37 hours left of the week to do whatever it is that you're looking to do in your life. So 37 hours in a week, that's a lot of time that you have. So if you actually were to, I have a schedule thing. If anybody wants to let me know, I'll send it to you. But if you actually did, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., 7 to 8, 8 to 9, and you went down to the whole day to like 11 o'clock at night, and you put in everything you're doing every day, you'll see where you're wasting time. You'll see where your gap is at, and you'll see that you do have 35, 37 hours left over, even if you're doing things with the kids, or you're being the chauffeur and you have all these other things going on, maybe you could chunk that down to even like, 20 hours. Okay. So 20 hours in a week is a lot of time for you to devote to yourself and what it is that you truly want out of 2019. So it's a really good way for you to learn how to have your breakthrough year in 2019 is to manage your time. So we have to manage our mind, we have to manage our time. I know it sounds like a lot. I feel like sometimes I might overwhelm you guys, but really it's not. It's just learning how every one thing is connected to the next. And once you can, once you learn how to be able to know your true worth, love yourself for who you really are, know that you can have everything that you want, and you believe that in yourself, then you can start looking at where you're at, your core values, creating goals that connect to who you are and what's really important to you, having accountability, having a community. And when you're in a community that's inspiring and inspires you, things just change. Your life will change, I promise you. I know that's happened for me over the last 18 to 24 months. I have gotten myself into an amazing community that's really helped me up level myself, my own personal growth and my business and who I am as a wife, as a mother, as a sister, as a child, as a sibling, all these things. I mean, my life has totally changed in the most amazing way in like the last 18 months because I've got myself into a community of people who want me to succeed, who champion me. And that's what I'm here for you. I want to do the same for you. So share with me anything that you have going on, or no matter where you are, even if you started your goals and you have fallen, you haven't even started any goals and you're like, I don't even know where to start. Let's just get together, reach out to me, put some comments in here. I will help you when my workshop, the free workshop comes up, sign up for it. We'll work together. We'll get you to where you need to be. Baby steps, little steps, like I was talking about Friday night when I was at my vision board workshop. We were talking about momentum, and I know I've said this to you guys before too, but just remember that momentum is over here. What happens first is you have to decide what you want, and then you have to take an action step. When you take an action step and you see a result, then you build confidence, then the motivation takes off. So don't wait to be motivated because it's not going to happen. What you have to do is step out of your comfort zone, take an action step to create a result that's going to give you the confidence to keep going. So I'll just leave you guys on that note. Motivation Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you share with me where you're at because like I said, 2 months, 2019 are gone. So March is the end of the week. Where are you guys at? What are you doing? Reach out. I'm here for you. Okay. Happy Monday. Monday motivation. Take care, guys.